Hey everybody, welcome back to This is the Police. It's December 9th, and the sheriff, Lily, Miss Reed, she is giving files to the other dude that we're kind of competing against in hopes that he wins. So we'll see if we can fix that. Carrefour didn't come into work today. Cool beans. Can't hold it together. Cool. Oh, and you promised Bat Ears a copy of The Last Temptation of Neptune 2 in exchange for 10 cans of diesel. I already got the fuel from him, so basically I owe him. So my nephew from Ripton brought me the Neptune book, made a copy on his industrial printer at the factory. The problem is the pages are all mixed up and not numbered, and Bat Eared says that if I don't give him the book like normal before the end of the day, he won't sell me another drop of gas my whole life. And where am I going to fill up my car except for this place? Of course. Anyway, I need the day off so I can go through the pile of paper and figure out the page numbers. He's drunk anyway, let's send him. All right, we still have a decent squad here. It's a decent squad. All right, let's get everybody's food preferences. Spicy, so chili. Okay. Rather not eat a bunch of onions. That's clear. Suddenly you feel like Sharpwood Infusion. That's a drink, right? Sharpwood Infusion. Okay. I heard that meat and burgers isn't even meat at all, but some sort of fake stuff. I'll eat anything, just not mystery meat. So, no burgers? Can't stand baked potatoes. Skins are filthy. Not picky. Pfft, I don't believe that. My brother went abroad and then brought us back exotic fruits. I tried a little bit of everything. I got horribly sick. I'm done eating fruit. I better to drink beer. I've never had any problems from beer. Okay, so this is berries and herbs. So who do we want to piss off? He wants a Sharpwood Infusion. Ah, they're gonna have to deal with this. Can't believe he gave us a bunch of that grassy swill. Don't you know that only old ladies drink that in Sharpwood? Okay, Clayton. Calm your tits. All right. Night terrors, where are we at here? We've got this patient situation. But we might be missing a slide. So I still actually don't know who it could be. The victim's bed was wet from urine with another puddle on the floor. Under the old man's bed was a dog-eared bookmark. Oh, right. And she reads these books, bookmark. Maybe it was him, but it doesn't necessarily mean she did it. He was asphyxiated with a pillow, nose is broken. Given the fragility of the old man's bones, a fracture might have occurred. Traces of blood on the pillow. I'm going to send somebody to investigate some of the nurse's frames, I think. Let's send, jeez. Clayton's getting pretty decent as well. I'm going to send Spurlock because she can't really do much for us. I guess in this actual scenario, she could. She's not as limiting. You know what? Let's send him instead. Let's do that. We'll send him to look for clues on the nurse, even though it might not be that effective, but we can try and get some work done. Now this guy, we could still torture. I'm not sure what happens when we send to court, but I'm going to send this one. Clyde Billis will be charged as a defendant. Consider the case in the riddle of the purloined data in which Longo Gardemeister will be charged as defendant. Okay. All right. What do we want to do today? Quiet morning. It's not so bad. This is the 3 attentive cops, right? 2 months ago, I had a terrible nightmare. This is Horse Moon. I was a little mouse, and I was being chased by a black eagle with blazing eyes. He caught up to me and tore me to pieces, and I swear when I woke up, I was all scratched. I don't know how to explain it. My cat Nostradamus would never do anything like that. Anyway, I felt really awful and asked Sheriff Wells to grant me an extended leave. He promised I could return at any time. And here I am. I've got to pay the mortgage somehow. That Sheriff Wells had a heart of gold. Nobody can ever replace him. All right, so we got a new guy back at work. Okay, 1095. The young son of a hairdresser couldn't sit still and was preventing his mother from working. At first, she yelled at him for a long time, but when that didn't work, the woman grabbed the hot curling iron and burned the boy's hand. Savage. Savage. New guy. Get out there. So we could probably send, like, Rosencrantz,
535 in
Iranovich, and
progress.
Clayton. Maybe if we have those guys available at the end of the day, we'll try and do that intelligence check. A boy with a burned palm is sitting in the corner crying. His mother is quietly curling the hair of an elderly client. What? Where would first aid fit? I'm not sure. The cop approaches the boy, but his mother stands in the way and brings the tongs up to the cop's face. Where do you think you're going? I'll deal with that little shit myself. Let him cry. He might learn something. How about we just whack her with the baton?
534
Easy.
complete.
Okay. Let's go negotiation. And same thing.
$548 in progress.
Julia Cahoot, $12,000. I heard you've been working hard at your job, and it can hardly be considered a real police work. The lunch menus are a mess, right? You can never please anybody. I understand your difficulties well. I myself work in the service sector, but more than that, I can help you. My cafe will take care of everything regarding the preparation and delivery of food for all your subordinates. You only need to write a check, and you can forget about people leaving food on their plates. 12,000? Like, I have nothing.
553 in progress.
I got nothing. Walking through the forest, some school children saw a girl tied to one of the wind blades of an abandoned mill and an elderly man shouting something about evil spirits. Elderly man claims that his wife disappeared right from the hairdresser's. I swear, just 5 minutes ago she was sitting there in the armchair. Those scissor-carrying witches must have done something. So that's probably false alarm. A girl with a shotgun is demanding that the pharmacist sell her medicine without a prescription. So we won't be able to do both of these. We won't be able to do both of these. That's about as close as we can get here. Let's take him as well. Thug from the Woodsman gangs in an ambush. Our cop is missing. Whoa. Just like that?
565 in progress.
I wonder if there was something I should have known about that. 6:30 here. An elderly woman claims that her grandson is skipping class and going to an abandoned boarding house where he smokes marijuana. There's no getting through to him. Maybe once he's behind bars, someone will be able to talk some sense into him. I think we'll just send Stockman. I hope this is a false alarm. We could do the armed robbery. Let's actually do that. And then we'll see if these guys come back in time for this one, but not looking like that's going to happen. Yeah, dementia. Forgets that his wife passed 5 years ago, often wanders the town looking for her granddaughter. His granddaughter's taking care of him. Okay.
534 in progress. 526 in progress.
Jeez, like, yeah, we're not going to get any of these. None. Zero. Nada. Okay, girl with a scarf covering her face is aiming a sawed-off shotgun at the pharmacist while simultaneously holding out some money for him. Here, take it. I don't have a prescription, but here's the money. We could sneak up. We have max stealth. Or we could use negotiation. I think let's just sneak up.
553
Cop managed to
complete.
sneak up and neutralize her. It turned out that she needed the medicine for her 1-year-old son who was very ill. She couldn't get a prescription for the medication because the only doctor in the city who could write one got drunk and walked into the forest. That's kind of sad. Negotiation here. Man, he's really turned things around, this guy, hasn't he? He really has. Oh, sniper check. An elderly man with a gun over his shoulder has tied a girl to one of the blades of an abandoned mill and disappeared inside. The blades of the mill are swaying in the wind, and the girl's crying with horror, yelling, "Daddy, don't do this." We can stealth into the house. Through the window, the sniper sees a man with a gun over his shoulder walking energetically around the house. It seems he's looking for something. He's holding some kind of canister. Uh-oh. Let's sneak in. The cop crept into the house unnoticed. A man with a gun on his shoulder is vigorously walking. It seems he's looking for something holding the canister. Okay. We don't have max strength on anybody. We could try and kill him. Or we could order him to surrender with negotiation. But it's like kind of the same potential chances. Let's try and restrain him.
535 complete.
Nice. Overpowered and arrested, the cop then untied the girl without any harm. It turned out that the man thought his daughter was possessed by the force spirit of Pyros and wanted to purify her with fire and wind. He decided to follow the instructions of the mill's old owner, Ralph Piccoli, who had already managed to purify his 6-year-old niece. Yeah, lovely. Diesel fuel, nice. Let's grab this point here. Okay. But here's 3 jobs we're not going to get done. If we're lucky, one of them is a false alarm. Nope. Someone's dead. Drug use is false. Okay, good. And child abuse. Great. Alright, everybody's back. Rosaline Whiteside. Mr. Nash, a pipe broke in our animal shelter. No. And now the whole room is flooded. We've taken most of the animals home with us, but we just don't have enough room for the big dogs. Please, could you shelter them for a day in the cells at your station, the empty ones, of course, while we figure out how to deal with the flood. Please don't refuse, or I'm afraid these animals will literally freeze in the water. We can offer you antibiotics for your kindness. We keep them on hand in case someone gets bitten. Yeah, we'll take them in, but this is probably going to backfire. Probably not going to work out well. So we're starting to have, like, less and less restrictions for the cops that we have. Namely, like, Spurlock, we have a bunch of people ahead of her that can work. That she can go on calls with. I don't want to jinx it, but it's kind of a quiet day so far. The strip club. Beaver's strip club, obviously. I don't think you'd be surprised to learn that Judge Hammond Trent is a corrupt bastard. I work as his clerk, and I know what I'm talking about. He's the only judge in the city, and absolute power has absolutely corrupted him. For the right price, he'll let off any criminal no matter what they did. And we kind of, don't we have a deal with him or something? Recently, he released a serial rapist, even though the evidence was ironclad. I know this for sure because all the cases go across my desk. The rapist victims were there for the verdict, and they couldn't believe their ears. They cried and cried until Trent ordered them removed from the hall. That was when I realized that this couldn't go on any longer. Let's do some real justice, Mr. Nash. We can't do anything to Judge Trent. He's got an uncle in the high court, you know. But we can take revenge on the serial rapist. I know he likes to hang out at the strip club, but it'll be easy to frighten him off. Send one of your sneakier cops so you can sneak up on the bastard, and don't forget the pepper spray. It's not enough to just beat the rapist up. I want him to cry like his victims. You can help me restore justice. I'll teach your cops everything I know. You need smart guys, so it's like an intelligence boost. We don't have a lot of pepper spray. Nobody has any. He's got some. So we need somebody with stealth and pepper spray. So we're going to have to wait on that. We're coming up on the end of the night, so we can likely do... we need to send this one. Send a cop who's good at hand-to-hand with a baton. But we also need to keep in mind those strength checks, or the intelligence checks for the other ones. So let's send Aranovich. And then the Forest. We'll send the intelligence guys here. How about you do... Oh, he won't do the dirty work. Yeah, right. He doesn't like us. Whoops. Shoot. I could try sending Spurlock. These guys are both maxed. Oh yeah, she won't do it. Alright, never mind. Guess we can't do that today. Unless he comes back. He's got some intelligence. Let's send him. Oh, he won't do it either! Jesus Christ almighty! I don't even, like, consider it when I look at him. Alright, fine. Is there anything we can do here? Send me a good cop for this bad business. Doesn't need to bring anything. Oh no, this is like the torture-y thing, right? I don't know how that works. The nurse smothers him with the pillow. The bookmark is kind of interesting. The bookmark makes me lean more towards the nurse, but we're gonna have to send people that actually have some intelligence to get that done. He's got the pepper spray. Hold on. Oh, but we need stealth, right? Sneakier cop and pepper spray. I can try and set that up for tomorrow. If I remember. Sneaky pepper spray for one of the calls. I showed the boy a few tricks and was glad how fast the kid got everything. The kid won't be a pushover now. His dad was grateful and he smiled real big and asked me to tell you he's waiting for our guys to come for a conjugal visit. The fuck does that mean? We got tobacco. There's some cashola. Alright. Not a crazy day. Not too shabby. I think we'll still come out in the positives. Not by a lot, but... Oh, real fucking convenient, Carter. Oh, bullshit. That's so annoying. What is that? He's gonna hire cops, for sure. Oh, no! Oh, that pisses me off. Okay, well, I'm not hiring this dude. I'm not hiring him. I would have hired this dude for sure. We'll grab a pepper spray, but that's it. Like, that's rigged. So, okay. I mean, okay. This will be interesting to see what plays out here. He won't work. Clayton, Spurlock won't work. Lighty, Muzika, Kurosawa, Belmont, Pankin, Percy. So she rigged it so he would win. I wonder what happens now. There he is.
What? I forgot to give you your parking pass?
I have my pass.
Didn't Jesus tell you not to drink?
That's right. I don't drink. I already went through that ordeal, but you... no. Well, it's nothing to be ashamed of.
Oh, I'm not ashamed. You can be sure of that.
I wonder if he'll admit that they were...
You know,
cheating.
It's hard to handle some things alone. And sometimes help comes from somewhere you wouldn't expect.
You can say that again.
When I needed help, it was an old man named Tarek Palm, former pastor. They say he was kicked out of the church because he went crazy. Well, I don't know the whole story. Maybe he lost his mind, but he sure didn't lose his instincts. He immediately saw the two things that were ruining my life: lies and stubbornness. So he locked me in the basement.
Lost his mind? Must have been a smart guy.
He locked me up in the basement with the Bible, the Koran, and the Torah. And he told me that he didn't care what I was going to believe, but every righteous man, whatever he believed, had to go through these 3 steps. And the first step is when you choose principles over honesty. And the second step is when you choose honesty over principles. And the third is when you don't need to choose at all, because honesty is your only principle.
That's deep.
Now, old man Palm said that he would bring me water every morning and ask, "What stage are you on, son?" 3 weeks later, I answered, "On the 3rd, Father." And he let me go. I was a changed man. But I lied about the third stage. I was still stuck on the second one.
So then...
Well, I
okay.
guess that makes you a cheat.
Yeah,
And I'm not
doubly.
going to play cards with you. Don't even ask.
The competition between us,
It's rigged.
well, I mean, maybe it was stupid, but
It was only stupid when you won it.
I cheated.
There, he
Jack?
does admit it.
I won because Lily helped me.
This is
Brought
going to be
me
bad.
A pile of papers with lots of leads, and somehow this one was stuck in with the other papers.
Uh-oh.
Of course, I was going to phone it in right then and there, but then I thought, what will happen if I call? The feds will arrest you. But what then? Would that be the end of it? No, of course not. There'll be reporters, there'll be some kind of investigation, and everyone will be on the hook. Lily, the other cops, our ordinary townspeople, everyone. It's hard to imagine how this would hit our town. Jack, I'm sure you understand. Lily, he wanted me to take things over gradually, so we could work together for a few days and keep everything calm.
We are going to
right?
lose our marbles.
But you could keep things even calmer. You can leave early in the morning. You can disappear, and no one else in Sharpwood will ever hear from you. It'll be like you were never here. Like you got off the bus, you took one breath of icy air, and you immediately decided you needed to get out of here. I mean, after all, who would hide from justice in a freezer? Don't be ashamed, Jack. Drink up. You haven't got through this yet.
How
I
are we going to
have.
get out of this? Good on him for, like, owning up to it and actually kind of helping us with this info that he found.
I need to talk to Liam Henderson.
Uh-oh.
I know, but it's important. Yes, I'll hold.
Jeez. I feel like we're watching a movie a lot of times, you know? Like, one of the things that this game does really well is in certain spots it doesn't have background music, and I kind of like that. It makes it seem like filmic, you know? Anyways, we'll see what the outcome is of this on its December 10th. Wish me luck. Bye for now.